source.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
7 minutes after 9 o'clock, beautiful Tuesday morning, and then it is time for In the Garden with Carol Ann. Carol Ann Baldwin is in the studio. Remember, this is a full-hour program, and we would love for you to call, and it does not have to be a question, but your questions are always invited. The phone number is 622-9622. Adam is joining us this morning. Good morning again, Carol Ann.
Good morning, Larry. How are you guys doing
Pretty good. You're in the spirit, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, if you have holiday shirts, you wear them. And I have enough. I have about 7, so I can wear like one a day. Every day of the week from Thanksgiving through Christmas, and then I have 2 I can wear from Christmas through New Year's.
In the video stream, it really looks like those are real lights.
Those are real lights?
Yeah.
That was a cool shirt. I said, yeah. I don't have any that light up.
Of all those outfits, how many are ugly sweaters?
None.
None?
I mean, the T-shirts you might say are, but they're usually it's just how good do I have to be?
That's a thing. I want to get an ugly
explain.
sweater. Yeah. It sounds like it's a fad, right? The ugly sweater.
It is, and a lot of parties are.
The parties around it.
I know at work I think they have like on the Christmas Eve when the stores open. That last day before Christmas, it's like okay, anybody wearing ugly sweaters to work? So,
do you know on the Southeast Ag Reports, they had a piece today on. The Christmas cactus.
Okay.
And I thought, this is the time of year they really, really dip into that, anything that's Christmas cactus, right? Christmas tree, everything with the word Christmas on it. They pull out all those stories again, right?
Everything comes out, that's it. And I was just sitting, going through, going, oh, wait a minute, I meant to try to find my traditional Christmas things where the poinsettia came in, and the Christmas, the poinsettias, the amaryllis, all of those different plants that come into fad and for this time of year, and certain plants that are forced to bloom for Christmas just because they make an attractive gift kind of thing.
Yeah, right. And then they're affordable, too.
Yes.
That's part of it, too, I think.
Right.
All right, you do have a phone call?
Right.
Good morning. Thank you for calling and for waiting. You're on the air.
Good morning, Carol Ann.
Morning, Sonny.
I have 2 crepe myrtle bushes that I've allowed to get out of hand.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering, can I trim them now, even though the bushes have some of the leaves are already turning orange?
Yeah, I would wait. I'd wait till February. If you prune them now with how our weather is, we'll get a little bit of a cold snap, then it begins to warm back up again. You throw that tree into thinking it's springtime, it starts to put on new leaf, new growth, and then we get a freeze. And then you kill all that new stuff. So your best thing to wait till about mid-February.
All righty. Well, I hope it doesn't keep growing. It's growing worse than the weeds, for crying out loud.
It should ease off on growing. We just need another good cold snap to really set stuff back down, and that's usually January. We got another few weeks.
Right. All I can tell you is we already had a pretty good frost here because all the grass is brown as heck. It's all over the place.
Well, not only that, the cold weather, but we also haven't had any rain.
Right.
We're as dry as everybody, here in the South and the Southeast. It's we really just need, what do I want for Christmas? A nice 2 or 3 day rain. Yeah. And that'll work for me.
Oh, a couple of showers, but mainly at night is all right.
Yeah. Let's just get some rain. Get everybody wanting rain for Christmas. Maybe we'll get some.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you very much.
All
Have
right,
a good
Sonny.
day. and
Thank you.
Merry Christmas if I don't talk to you guys sooner.
Thank you,
All
Sonny.
righty.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sonny.
And if you also would like to be on, the number 622-9622. The rain this week, Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, I
So
heard
it's
a
out of the way
possibility.
before Friday for the first Friday art walk and the
And the Christmas, well, no, the Christmas parade's not till what, the
not
following
till a
week?
week from
Yeah,
Saturday, but
week
the
for Saturday.
Symphony Under the Lights they're having on this
Oh,
Friday.
okay. Yeah. Everything coming up. And hey, we have some gorgeous
Are you guys in the
weather for-
parade? The
No,
Master
I'm
Gardeners?
not, no. We used to, I don't know if we
Lowe's
are or
isn't
not.
in the parade?
Nah. At least not the one.
Just
no.
think of the float they could make.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
She works
yeah,
at Lowe's.
Everybody
Yeah.
to cooperate and build a,
Oh,
build
yeah.
a float, yeah.
Oh, man, you should have a float. You could be the winner. Joe is one of the judges. You could
Yeah.
pay him off.
Oh, yeah. I don't have enough money to pay off Joe, I don't think. No, the
I
Master
have a radio
Gardeners
flyer.
used to be. Master Gardeners used to be in the parade. I don't know if
Pull
they
down
still
potted
are.
plants.
You know, I don't know if Master Gardeners still are. We used to do
Actually, yeah,
float
I
a few
think you
years
guys
ago.
are every
Yeah.
year. Yeah, I remember. It always seems like there's like a
We have a float,
a
of
truck or
some kind.
something,
Yeah, it might
and
be
then
that
everybody
we're
walking around
could,
it.
Yeah, it could be that we're pulling Petunia, our little trailer. That's our question answer booth.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That sets up at different events and things like that around the community. Yeah, so they decorate that. I know we used to have a regular float at one time that we just was decorated.
Were you able to
Christmassy.
look at the article I found about?
Yes,
almonds?
about the nuts or not nuts. Or-
Yeah, it says almonds are not nuts.
Not nuts, and neither are a lot of other nuts. Culinary wise, like you said, they're all still nuts. It's just the way they grow on the trees that as they say, almonds are not nuts; they're actually a fruit.
So I have a question about that.
What my thought is that they're classifying all of these, just like we could either go, is tomato a fruit or a vegetable? It depends on which biologist or botanist that you ask.
Yeah, that one I don't think has ever been settled.
I think they finally did settle it, but I just kind of.
But I have a question, and I don't know if you know the answer, but
Mm-hmm.
but here's a question. Okay, so it says in the article
Mm-hmm.
that an almond is really similar to the pit of a peach,
Right.
and the meat that we normally eat on the peach is actually fed to the cows.
Right.
Okay, so when you get almond milk,
There you go.
are they getting it from the part that they give to the cow? Is it the same thing?
No,
Or are they getting it from the part we call
we're
the nut?
getting it from the nut.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
How do you know?
Well, it's just like almond butter.
There's no liquid. There's no liquid in the nut.
Yes, there is actually. You grind up nuts and you'll find how sticky and the oils and things like that, and it's just pressed under extreme pressure and.
Really?
Yeah.
So they don't use the fruit for
Exactly.
anything other than feed the cows.
Right, it's probably. I looked up a picture of it, and it's not a real big fruit. It's more like the fleshy outer covering.
But it must have a liquidy thing like a peach does, no?
No, I mean it would be soft.
Because
like
my feeling is if I'm being told to eat or to drink almond
Almond
milk
milk.
because it's healthier, and the cows are eating the almund meat, whatever that is,
almond foot.
you are what you eat. That's what the hippies always told me. You know, you are what you eat. So, if I'm drinking cow milk,
And they said, well, actually, almonds
It
are
is almond
basically
milk.
peaches. Actually, almonds are basically peaches, but instead of the fruity part becoming fleshy, most of it sizes up in the kernel. So that's just, and in a way too. Well, we don't eat the seeds on a lot of different things. So I guess you could call most of those a fruit if it's covered with a fleshy outer part.
but he points out the acorn is a real true nut.
Right, that's a true nut because it has nothing else around it
Don't-
except the hard
they're
shell.
horrible. Have you ever tried to eat an acorn?
Acorns, yeah, I don't do. I actually did taste one once. Yes, I think.
They're horrible.
But if you're supposed to roast them, and then you can make them into a coffee or a
Really?
yeah. But I'm not
I
a
don't
coffee
think so.
drinker, so thanks. No.
We'll be right back. If you want to call in, the number is 622-9622. Carol Ann Baldwin is here. And Adam, again, what's your last name?
Miculin.
Miculin. Adam Miculin. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Tuesday will be a partly sunny and seasonably warm day with a high of 82 to 86. And partly cloudy and mild Tuesday night, lows 62 inland, 68 along the coast. Wednesday, times of sun and clouds and unseasonably warm, high 83 to 87. For Thursday, variable cloudiness with highs in the mid-70s to lower 80s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
FlySanford.com. Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of their nonstop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Mexico City, San Juan, as well as over 70 domestic destinations, including New Orleans.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
This is the beat of a normal heart. Now this is the beat of a heart of someone who just snorted or injected or smoked methamphetamine. Why? For a high. And this is what happens to that normal heartbeat. It's irregular, it's racing, it's why it's called speed, and it can do bizarre things to our heads. It can make us aggressive and violent. We can start hallucinating and end up doing some serious damage to people. Call 1-888-8-NO-METH today for more information on methamphetamine. That's 1-888-8-NO-METH.
A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free Florida and America.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, let's return to Carol Ann Baldwin in the garden with Carol Ann, and Adam Mikulin is joining us, and Adam is learning the ropes.
Learning the ropes.
And going to work the board on the football game on Saturday.
Saturday. Looking forward to that. Yep.
Cool.
And we do have another phone call coming in. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Hey, Hugh.
Hey.
Say, Caroline, I'm nuts about raisins and prunes, and I believe it's a fruit. And where are they native to, and how are they? Are they like on bushes or small plants or not a tree?
Well, prunes are a plum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, and raisins are grapes.
well, I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah, and they're just dried. It is a specific variety of plum that they do into the prunes with a high sugar content, and one that they can dry. And same way with the raisins. You get they have golden raisins, and then the regular brown raisins are generally going to be a purple kind of grape, seedless, obvious. But the prunes had seeds. They had to, take the pits out of the prunes, which they might have been almonds. Who knows? No.
Yeah. Well, they're not grown in the United States.
Yeah,
I've never seen a prune tree or whatever.
They're grown in California, a lot of them.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, that's a lot of where a lot of your prunes, I think, are grown in California. They may be grown some in Israel. Also, I think they have a pretty good, or even the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Where a lot of that comes from. Just flip the package over. You get your sun-kissed pitted prunes and take a look at the package. It'll tell you where they're from.
Yeah, your Sun-Made, California.
Yeah, the Sun-Made is a California brand. And of course they may import some in order to fill the quantity that the consumers need. But I think they probably grow most of them over there in California, maybe Arizona, even or in those those areas over there.
Yeah, olives come from kind of the same climate too. I know the Mediterranean, like Greece, and that they have olives in, but I don't know about the United States having olives though.
Actually, we're growing some olives here in Florida. They were looking at doing olives as almost like a replacement crop to citrus. I don't think it's kicking off too well, but they can grow olives over in California. They have much more closer to a Mediterranean climate than what we do. We have a dry, hot spring, where in the Mediterranean countries, they have a cool, damp spring, and that's what they need more of. So I'm not sure how well, I mean, there's a couple varieties of olives that are doing okay here. I'm not sure, how big of a cash crop that's going to be, but because olives, you have to process them before they're edible. They're disgusting off the tree.
I know, speaking of oranges real quick, I know we're having a problem in our state with different kinds of diseases and all kinds of stuff. And I was just wondering now with I bought a couple, was in the mood for oranges the other day and I went shopping. I bought a couple of navels from California. And I spent almost $3 for $2 the oranges. Yeah. Now they must be having a problem with their drought there.
No, citrus greening is going nationwide. It's a worldwide problem. And the drought issue can be, and the navels over there, they're probably not fully in season. You should be able to be getting Florida fruit now.
Well, maybe it was a Florida navel. I know, although it was very expensive. I was surprised when I went to the checkout. Oh my God!
Go to the farmers market or the flea market. You'll find them cheaper. I know. I had a friend bring some lemons into me the other day. My daughter's got a bag of citrus. I no longer have my bigger trees on our property, so I got some smaller trees that I think we're starting to get some fruit getting ripe here in the next. We just need one more cold snap to really get some good flavor into those. But I'm getting grapefruit.
Prime time for oranges is about January, isn't it?
Anytime between November and March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you figure that December, January, February is probably our hottest with the most varieties coming in, because the honey bells will come up out of South Florida, out of Indian River area, usually around Christmas. You always see the thing in the parade section of the newspaper, sending your friends and family the honey bells, and those come out about this time of year, and they are such a sweet orange. Those are fantastic.
Their oranges are wonderful. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for the call. Yep. Real quickly, when I was in Disney, they have a restaurant down there, and they, instead of putting butter on the bread, they give you olive oil. With some spice. It was
just
really good.
Yeah, flavored olive oil.
I was surprised. I went to Popeyes, and they gave me a biscuit, and I said, "Do you have olive oil?" They just left. They didn't have olive oil.
At least they had a sense of humor.
At Popeyes. You have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yes. You all know there is no such thing as a prune tree. It's a plum that's been dried out.
Right, but it is a specific plum. It's not just any plum. So it is a specific plum grown for a prune.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you much. Have a good day.
You're welcome.
Reminds me of the little kids that they see older folks and they say, "Where do they come from?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's people.
Yeah, people. Yeah. they're just dry.
When grapes go to the old raisin, the old grape home.
Yep.
There's a bunch of raisins in there.
Yeah, there's no more wine and
By the way, we were talking during the break about the red dye used on the way they used to do pistachios. Listen to this. Red dye comes from a bug.
It's a beetle.
It's cochineal. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Cochineal. It's South America, Central America. Anyway, it takes 70,000 of them to produce 1 pound of red dye.
Wow.
They get them in Peru and the Canary Islands on plantations of prickly pear cacti, the bug's preferred host.
So that's insect eradication turns into the red dye that
Cochineals.
Yeah. But that's you just have your little bug goo.
Bug juice.
But the article says, you know why it would be better to use the bug juice than the alternative, which would be artificial ingredients.
Right, exactly. It's just probably some people get turned off on
the idea that it's bug
thing. And two, how...
And it's only the female one, by the way. The male doesn't have the red dye in it. No.
And you kind of wonder, and again, that whole thing made the joke of if a vegetarian eats a bug, did it totally ruin their diet? But the whole thing is would the insect, if you did that for a dye, would that be?
Yeah, Wrigley fruit stripe gum. What are they going to do?
Yeah, violating.
Don't chew the gum. Don't chew the red stripe.
Cut the red stripe out of your gum. But would that go against? Which I'm not sure, and it doesn't really matter. So
I bet it does. No, I bet somebody like Paul McCartney, who's the diehard
vegan.
Yeah,
is he still?
I guess I don't know. He didn't even want leather shoes. Nothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there any connection between the band name and the diet? The Beatles.
Yeah.
Now, I guess pick your poison. Do you want insects, or do you want a chemical word that you can't pronounce?
Yeah.
That's probably already
within the same thing.
A bunch of
but
stuff.
again, and if you look though, you don't find red dyed pistachios anymore.
No.
So, which was always very, very.
But if you think about all natural ingredients, that would be natural.
Yeah,
it would.
It would be.
But that's probably how they synthesized. Is that what they did? Was they found out what chemical composition that actually is, and then you can synthesize that, and it is.
Yeah, but that would have been only recently. I'm guessing red dye in food has been around
for years.
Does it say on here?
Oh, it's been around for ages.
Yeah, probably has. Yeah.
Now it sounds like they use more of the artificial then, because a lot of the stuff I see a lot of videos.
When you look at your ingredient labels, you will see red dye number such and such, and
1 and 3 are the worst things for children in gummy fruit snacks and stuff like that.
That's what make them taste the best.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes the strawberry taste like strawberry.
Yeah.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Captain Crunch with Crunchberries wouldn't be the same.
That's right.
But we have lost everything.
We're almost at the bottom of the hour.
We are, but we're coming into. We'll get back into plants and such like that. But just the whole article was interesting in the fact that even though most what we call tree nuts are not true nuts, and that you can have, or people can have, an allergy to one and maybe not some of the others, or you may have an allergy to a few of them and then not others. So if you've had an allergy, still go, see an allergist, because there are similar allergy-causing proteins within these nuts. I think the whole discussion is nuts in a way, but that they breed, different farmers in Asia who breed peach-like fruits for their large edible kernels. Same kind of thing, that they're not true nuts. The acorn is,
well, and I guess
and neither is
some
the
people
peanut.
have these serious. Matt's daughter, I think, has severe allergies to peanuts.
That you're carrying.
So the peanut is probably in the family of something similar.
Right.
Well, the peanut is in the bean family. It's a legume.
Similar to to a bean.
It's actually a legume, but that it's just that cashews and pecans aren't nuts either, but an acorn is. It's just.
So what of the nuts that we eat? We don't eat acorns.
No, we don't. No.
So which nuts are really nuts according to that?
I'm hoping a walnut.
No, I think it says walnut is not.
Pistachios are not nuts because they grow fleshy, leathery exteriors instead of hard shells, which is true. I mean, I know that, and trying to see if any of these actually, except for the acorn.
Those are
those cashews and pecans are not.
They grow here
they have,
in Ocala.
Pecans have an outer shell outer husk that opens, dropping the pecan out of it. None of them are. And an acorn, most people don't think of an acorn as a nut; it's a seed.
Well, then there's a lot of nuts that you actually can't eat. Then, right? Like I heard you can't eat a buckeye.
Right, because they're toxic. Yeah,
stuff like that.
What is a buckeye? That's a nut.
It's a tree. Yeah,
it's a tree.
in Ohio. The Ohio State.
Oh, are you from Ohio?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Oh, that's why you know all the Ohio stuff. Did you go to the school that stabbing was at yesterday?
No. I didn't go there, but that's tragic to hear. Yeah.
I know. All right, we will be right back. We got a whole half hour left, and after the 5 minutes of news, etc.
Keep us on track, baby.
If you would love to call in, would like to call in, we would love to hear from you. 622-9622.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. 3 days is national mourning declared in Brazil for victims of a charter plane crash in Colombia. 76 people died with 5 survivors.
Colombian investigators saying they're looking at perhaps an electrical fault. Also a suggestion the plane might have run out of fuel. Among those on board, Brazilian soccer team Chapecoense travelling to the finals of a regional tournament, the biggest match in the club's history.
Fox's Simon Owen. Another addition to President-elect Trump's cabinet. Here's Fox's Rachel Sutherland.
Georgia Congressman Tom Price is Mr. Trump's pick to head the Department of Health and Human Services, a choice that signals the president-elect is serious about repealing and replacing Obamacare. Congressman Price supports scrapping Medicaid expansion, insurance subsidies, and the individual mandate.
That's the requirement in the Affordable Care Act that people have coverage. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Geico presents a voicemail from your friend, Electricity.
Hey, it's me, Electricity, so I'll keep this short. Get it? Never mind. Anyway, I just want to make sure you're not, still mad at me about that electrical fire in your kitchen. I mean, obviously you're not, but I'm just checking to make sure. It's no big deal if you are. It's not like you're asking me to pay for the damage. Right?
Electricity won't pay for an electrical fire. Luckily, the Geico Insurance Agency makes getting coverage a snap. Visit geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
An important message from Medicare.
I found a better deal on prescriptions.
I found a new plan with lower costs.
It's Medicare Open Enrollment. Have you compared plans yet? Who knows what you might find?
Check out your options at Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
You never know unless you go.
Medicare Open Enrollment, October 15th through December 7th. Brought to you by the Department of Health and Human Services.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Howdy, folks. For over 4 decades, we at Dairy Queen have been proud to serve our customers with the finest and freshest cook-to-order quick-service comfort foods in the world. For instance, our new Philly steak and cheese sandwiches with grilled peppers and onions on an artisan focaccia bread bun. So steaming hot and yummy you won't believe it. We also added seasoned potato skins filled with queso cheese and bacon. Wow, they're tasty. So come on down to Dairy Queen at Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
FlySanford.com, Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of their non-stop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Mexico City, San Juan, as well as over 70 domestic destinations, including New Orleans.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m.
Are you a list maker? Got your day planner laid out to structure your day? Well, here's something to add to your list. Make time for something really important. Visit Highland Memorial Park, because how you prepare for that moment is so important. Why Highland? Sure, it's a beautiful place, but aside from the beauty and the quiet reflection, practical people will appreciate the many options. Take a tour and make some serious plans. The Highland staff will confidentially show you all options and payment plans. Call today, 369-1020, Highland Memorial Park. Peace and reflection fun for your family.
25 minutes before 10 o'clock, 72 degrees. Beautiful day out there. Temperatures today climbing to 85. Tomorrow's the same. Lows tonight around 65. And then some rain on Thursday, cooling down on Friday, just in time for First Friday Art Walk. And I like it cool in the holidays a little bit anyway.
Well, yeah.
So right now, 72 degrees. That means you could jump into the Silver River and not notice it.
And not notice the difference.
Same
Yeah, I
temperature.
think I would.
Unless the wind's blowing you come out of the water. Then it's a little chilly.
Now, I had just off the air, Joe came in and said, hey, what people are buying their Christmas trees. What should they be doing once they get them? And that's a really
Putting
good thing.
toys under them. That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, you put toys under them, but you want to keep the needles on the tree. If you're buying a live tree, a fresh cut tree, a fresh dead tree, that's your best way to call it, a fresh dead tree, because it's no longer alive. What my best recommendation is find the tree that you want, and you can they'll prune them, they'll do that end cut for you if you don't have a chainsaw or a way to cut it yourself. Wherever you buy it, when you bring it home. Get it home, get you a bucket that's going to fit that tree and hold it up, and fill that bucket with good hot water. I'm a fan that first watering needs to be good and hot, because you want to open those capillaries up that's sealed. When they harvested that tree might have been harvested 3-4 weeks ago. And up in northern climates, that's okay because it's cold enough that they keep them fresh. They get down here, they get some heat stress, the transportation stresses and things like that. And you want that thing you want it to take up water. So get it out of the netting that they bagged it in. Fresh cut on the bottom of that. If they didn't do that at the store or the tree place that you got it at, trim up your little lower limbs, put it in that bucket, hose it down real good. You'll knock out dead or loose needles out of there. You'll add some humidity to it. Let it stand it up so that those branches fall, so you get the nice shape for your tree. And let it stand in the shade, either for a day, a couple of days. You don't want to bring it in the house dripping wet. So after you hose it down, let it dry a little bit. If you are going to keep it outside for a few days, make sure that bucket keeps water in it, because you'll be surprised how quickly that'll take up some of that water. And when it's in your tree stand, make sure you've got water in that stand. They now make a little gizmo so you don't have to crawl underneath there and stick your finger in and carry the watering can and slop water all over the floor. It's like a giant long funnel that you can put, and then you can pour from standing
we are
up.
just getting lazier and lazier.
And it also has a dipstick, so that you can tell how much water.
Low.
Because your finger couldn't possibly do the job. Right?
You got to send the kids on their hands and knees underneath that tree to see if there's any water, and then get the watering can under,
Go see if there's any presents under there.
Yeah.
Check the water too.
Check the water too while you got fingers in there. Yeah. I threw candy underneath there. Go fetch the candy, and you can.
Do you know when Alex was little, we used to cut the trees down, and one of the tree farms here was run by Kurt Kelly's mom and dad.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember that over in Nero Ocala Estates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was it was just like a ritual for us,
Nice.
Even though I actually thought that the trees from the Carolinas were prettier than the ones we grow here, like the sand pines.
Right.
But it was just fun going out to cut your own tree. And what they did is they had a drill that went up. They would they gave it to you. They put it. They shook it first. They had a vibrating thing and got all the needles out, and then they put it on this thing and then drilled a hole up through the middle of the trunk.
Okay,
they call it.
And that probably allowed water to go up into that tree.
Yeah, I never knew anybody else who ever did that.
That's interesting. I never knew about that either.
And it actually worked well because they also sold. Maybe that's why they did it.
A tree stand.
Yeah, that had that big spike.
Okay, that held on to it.
Yeah,
that might be
I forgot about that.
But yeah, and there are several tree places around locally that you can go either buy a Florida Christmas tree that's cut. You don't have to buy the northern trees.
It's just a nice tradition.
It is, and the Ocala National Forest actually offers certain areas where you can harvest trees. Just call forestry.
I think it's real cheap too.
It's like $7. I think now it's gone up $2 in the last couple of years. Big deal. $7 for a family
compared
tradition.
To what, 40 or 50?
Anywhere between 30 and 80, 90 probably, depending on where you go. And just make sure, again, when you get that tree home, shake it real good. You don't want to be bringing critters in the house.
That was my mom's biggest pet peeve.
What was it?
The biggest pet peeve every day, vacuuming the needles from the tree. Yeah.
Even this fake one had the needle problem.
And artificial trees will drop some needles too. Don't need to water those. Don't. And even if you have your live tree in the house, you could probably still, even as you're putting water in, get a small spray bottle and mist it. Your humidity in your house is a lot lower than what it is outside, especially if you have to turn your heat on. And we don't want anybody's, trees to catch fire. Pay attention to your extension cords that you're using. Make sure everything's plugged in properly. Don't overload your extension cord. And just like with when I rant about insecticides, read the directions on the box of lights. It'll tell you can string a certain amount of them together.
And that's it, huh?
And that's what because that's all those
Today's
wires
lights are
can
so
handle.
cool compared to when we were kids.
But they're still pulling that electricity, and that's what's hot. Mm-hmm. That's what can, the LED lights, they're not using a whole lot of electricity, so maybe they are a little bit safer. Maybe you can put more on a line, or that they're putting more lights to a strand as compared to the old C9 light bulbs that were great big, the great big lights. But they were
Charlie
pretty
Brown
that
lights,
you hung out on the
like
house.
the kind you have on your shirt.
Right. Yeah, those would be like the C9s, right? And so, or C7s even.
Naughty and proud of it. I just read your shirt. Naughty and proud of it.
When I was a kid, we used to dig our tree.
Okay.
We would go out and we'd dig it. That was...
Oh, really? So that way you kept it alive?
Yeah, so then we would plant it in the backyard. And then the few places that I lived growing up, I could still go back there, and these trees are huge.
And they're still there?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Huge.
See, that's a cool tradition,
yeah,
too.
and it was nice. It was a lot of work. I didn't like that.
I can imagine,
as a 9-year-old boy having to help Dad dig that thing.
Dig a tree up, right.
And the ball of it was, 25, 30 pounds.
Oh, easy.
And we had to lift that thing in the truck.
Wow.
That was a mess.
And you come home dirty.
But see, that's a nice tradition,
tired.
too. I like that.
And I'm not sure, and if anybody knows of any of the tree farms around that are selling like a balled and burlapped Christmas tree, I have had a lot of people asking about it, or several people asking about it, and I'm not sure. I haven't had the opportunity to call some of the tree farms around, because they may offer some of the ones that are going to grow here. You could maybe find one, but it might just be one that's not going to thrive, or the planted trees like we have in the stores that come in a 2-gallon pot, that's not going to be a Christmas tree for about 5 years.
That's a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Yeah, they're 2 feet tall right now. Eventually, yes, it'll be a nice tree, but they don't usually have the branches like you would think of the sand pines and the cedars.
Let's say we're talking about traditions and trees, and could you literally take a pine cone, get the seeds out of it, and let's say a baby is born, and say, we're going to plant the seed today, and this will be our Christmas tree when he's 10?
With a pine tree, I mean, I don't think of our traditional pine. From seed, it might take 10 years. Yeah, but I mean, I think I would be going with something more like a cedar, unless you get the right pine.
A little tiny one?
Yeah. Or get a seedling, which you might be able to buy.
What's a cedar? What's the difference?
Cedar tree is usually more round or more...
you're saying CEDAR,
yes,
cedar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or get a seedling tree.
Okay,
that's
got it.
already, when the baby's born, or you have a baby coming, this is their first Christmas. Here's their Christmas tree is a little teeny, and you could put that in the backyard and go, this is the tree, this is your Christmas tree, or it's your first year in your home.
Then when he's in second grade and you move away, we're not going to take the tree with us.
Yeah, you could.
You'll have to come back when you're 40 years old.
Yeah, I want to cut a branch off and take it with me.
That's what you would do, yeah.
I take a picture. It lasts longer. Take a picture. Let someone else enjoy your memory. That's the same thing as planting trees for those who've passed. If you happen to move, it's hard to.
All right, before we got 1 minute before the break. If you would like a $20 gift certificate to Bob Wyans Community Gardens and Nursery, there is no question you have to answer. You just say, I want it.
I want it.
That's all you got to say, and we can only take one of you. So if you want it, call now, 622-9622. We'll take your call during the break. This is $20 for Bob Wyans Community Gardens and Nursery, and this is for plants
Plant
only,
material
right?
only and non-seasonal, I believe. So I don't know if it would work on poinsettias or
right. Yeah, it does say plants only, excluding seasonal. But anyway, $20. All right, we'll take your calls during the break. 622-9622. First one gets it. We'll be right back.
weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Tuesday will be a partly sunny, unseasonably warm day with a high of 82 to 86. And partly cloudy and mild Tuesday night, low 62 inland, 68 along the coast. Wednesday, times of sun and clouds and unseasonably warm, high 83 to 87. For Thursday, variable cloudiness with highs in the mid-70s to lower 80s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Experience Christmas at Gaylord Palms, presented by Fujifilm Instax, November 18th through January 1st. Enjoy spectacular holiday decor, dining, and entertainment, including ice, with an all-new theme featuring a Charlie Brown Christmas, Cirque Dreams Unwrapped Stage Show, breakfast with Charlie Brown and friends, Alpine Rush snow tubing, and much more. It's everything Christmas in one extraordinary place. Tickets and overnight packages, including priority extra cool hour admission to ice, are on sale now at Christmas@GaylordPalms.com.
Christmas time is here, and this holiday season, Gaylord Palms puts a brand new twist on a Christmas classic. It's Ice, presented by Pepsi, featuring a Charlie Brown Christmas by Charles Schulz, November 18th through January 1st. See the whole Peanuts gang carved in over 2 million pounds of colorful ice, including Snoopy's decorated doghouse, and dancing at the holiday play rehearsal. Your awe-inspiring experience concludes with the wonder of the nativity in ice. For tickets and packages, visit Christmas@GaylordPalms.com.
Sunrise Automotive, this is Matt.
Hey, Matt, it's Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Listen, we're going to be doing some traveling, and the wife, of course, is going to be doing a lot of shopping. I need to make sure the car is in good shape.
Why don't you just bring it on by? Let us check it out. We can check all your belts, your hoses, your tires, all your fluids. In out of town, is that up north in the cold?
Yep.
Okay, let's check your antifreeze. Also, let's make sure your washer fluid has got alcohol in it so it doesn't freeze up north, because that makes for a rotten day. And let's check your air pressure in your tires. Let's look at your brakes, make sure everything is safe and secure there. Let's go through it and just make sure everything is ready to go on the road. You due for an oil change?
Yep.
Whenever you come in to get your oil change, we always check your belts, your hoses, all your lights. We go through and make sure that everything is working properly. We check all your fluid levels. We do that every time you come in to Sunrise Automotive.
So just call you back at this number?
Yeah, just give me a call back at 690-1993 whenever you're ready to come in. And you can drop it off, leave it with us, whatever's most convenient for you. Look forward to seeing you at Sunrise Automotive.
All right, one of my favorite segments of the broadcast week is right now. It's called In the Garden with Carol Ann. Carol Ann Baldwin is your host, and thank you. We had a few calls for the gift certificate, but of course we only have one to give away. And we do have a TV to give away, too.
Nice.
Should I mention this real quickly?
Sure.
All right. If you want to get your name in the shiny blue box, one name will be picked from that box on December 22nd. Only one name will win. And the more you get your name in the box, the more likely it is you'll win. You know how the game works. Costs nothing, but you have to call right now, 732-8000. You can only call when you hear one of us say it's time to call. And I didn't warn Patsy that I was going to do this. So when you get Patsy, apologize for me. Say, Larry is so sorry. Larry is so sorry.
Larry's sorry.
Anyway, 55-inch Samsung TV.
Better to ask forgiveness than permission.
That's right.
I always forget that. It's hard.
Yeah.
There should be a button here. I'm going to call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call. All right. We have a phone call. Good morning. You're on there with Carol Ann.
Hi, guys. You again, real quick. You see, those beautiful little Norfolk pine trees that you see in the stores right now? Right. They wouldn't survive after Christmas outside, right?
They may. It just depends on how cold your spot is. They are not from Norfolk, Virginia. They're from Norfolk Island off of the coast of New Zealand. So,
really?
and they get very, very big. They will get to 80 feet.
Oh, my gosh.
And
so in other words, if you would plan on keeping it in the house, in the pot, you'd have to keep changing the pot and it'd keep growing, right?
It would keep growing. And I know I've seen several people where they have several different sizes and they use them for Christmas and they do and then once they get too big, they just kind of get rid of that one. But they constantly have, and they may keep it for 8-9 years before it's too big for maybe it has gotten relegated out to the bird cage. where you got a higher ceiling and things like that, but they are a little more of a house plant than just the size of them. If you put them in the yard, they did happen to grow well for you, and then we had a killing freeze. You now have an 80-foot tree to deal with. And
I know.
That's a big
down
tree.
in where my folks live down in Tampa Bay area, they grow down there because right next door to where my folks are, there's, like you say, it's a large tree, and it's made all along the winters. Of course, it don't get quite as cold down there as up here, but it's such a beautiful tree. I'd hate to kind of kill the thing in time,
Yeah, well, like I said, you get a little one, and you can keep them for years. And if you keep them in a pot, you will stunt their size some, and so it will, keep them a little bit smaller. But they make a great house plant or patio plant.
Yeah, it'd probably be best on a patio with a lot of light, huh?
Yeah, with plenty of light, and that that you get your humidities and things like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm going to buy one this year because I always enjoyed looking at them. They're so beautiful, and I think I'm going to go ahead and see what happens. If it gets eventually too big, we'll just try. Maybe I'll ship it down to my folks or something.
There you go. And you can put these little mini lights now. They have the small strings of lights that are for putting on plants that'll run on a couple like AA batteries, and you can put those and the little mini micro ornaments on them. They make a cute little Christmas tree.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, do they need the same treatment like with a regular plant with fertilization and watering?
Yeah, just this time of year, you just want to keep them. Don't let them sit and don't let them be soggy. Don't let them dry out. No fertilization right now. Wait till the growing season, which would be spring through fall.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Yep.
I knew a lady who took those little bottles of liquor that they give on the airplanes. I don't know if they still do or not.
Well, no, you don't get the bottle anymore.
They don't do that anymore? I don't know.
Oh, they still do.
They still do?
I don't think you get the
plastic.
bottle, though.
Yeah,
But
I don't think you get to keep it.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was her ornaments on her tray.
It was the little,
cute. It was
the
the
little
little-
bottles.
yeah.
And she was Jewish.
Well, you can buy
But she had a Christmas
you
tree.
can buy them at the
Little
local
tiny
liquor stores.
Manischewitz.
Yeah, little Manischewitz. That's cute. But with all the Christmas plants that you're buying, your poinsettias and your Christmas cactus and things like that, your poinsettias, keep them out of a draft. Water them. Everybody asks me how often. Put your finger in it. See if it needs water. I don't do the ice cube watering trick because plants don't like cold water. Get a little bit of water. Use your quarter cup measuring cup. Just a little bit there. Just pour some in there. You don't want them to sit in water. You don't want them to dry out. If they dry out, you'll start to lose leaves. If you get them soggy, you're just going to root rot them and they'll die. Nice bright area. They'll keep their color, and if you take care of them, they'll keep their color all the way through into March, and just be a nice plant in the house. After March, if you'd like to, you can put it in the ground. Put it in a protected area away from some of the winds that we get in the wintertime. Plenty of light, good morning exposure, I would moreover say. Place that's going to drain well and plant it in, and as it grows a foot, you can cut it back 6 inches, back to just above one of the little nodes that they have, and it'll be a nice bushy plant versus something going straight up 8 feet in the air and then having red tops on it once the holidays start coming around.
By the way, the phone lines are open if you want to call 622-9622. We've got about 7 minutes left for Carol Ann. It always goes too fast.
It does. But just to add on to those, on some of these plants right now, everybody says, why are these stores, they bring out all this Christmas stuff in October, all the Christmas stuff is set. Well, most of the time it's because you folks buy it all and the stores are sold out by the second week of December. I know our store is running very low on the artificial kind of stuff. Live plants also. I mean, we don't want live plants left over on December 26th. They have no value at that point. Not for a holiday. They're no longer worth $12.98 to you. The holidays pass. You don't need that for decoration anymore. So we want to be sold out. So buy them, and you too can take care of them a lot better at home than we can in the store, where I'm dealing with 7,000 of them at a time.
Caroline, I have two questions about the temperature of the water.
Mhm.
You mentioned earlier hot water for the fresh tray.
Right.
Okay. You said no cold water, right?
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like the ice cube thing. I like tepid.
Okay, so when you say hot, you don't mean boiling.
No, not boiling on the tree, but I usually say about as hot as what your tap will
What's
do.
your tap water? Okay.
Yeah.
And what about other plants? Do you put warm water in your normal plants, like in your potted plants?
I say tepid. When I turn the faucet on, it's straight up and down or slightly to the warm side.
Okay.
Just I don't want the cold water. So if you're running you can just water
Now, what about
temperature.
like coffee with creamer? Can I pour that into the
Stick
plant?
the creamer. No, we had the fungus gnat issues. No creamer, no
See
sugar.
that plant over there, Adam? See that? What is that called again?
Was that pepperonia?
Pepperonia. That was a gift from
Suzanne? Or from, it was Kenny's nursery.
Kenny's nursery,
Yeah.
thank you. Kenny's place, yes. And I left it out in the cold. Well, you see...
Well, first it got fungus gnats.
It got, gnats. It was natty.
Ooh.
All right, and so I put it outside, and then it got cold, and then I forgot about it, and then...
And he tried to kill it.
And between Robin and Carol Ann, look at it now.
Yeah, I repotted it, I don't know how many years ago, and then Robin's repotted it since then. And so, and it's doing wonderfully.
Really looking good, too.
Yeah, you could almost put a little string of those little plant lights in there. And it would
But
be
does that
pretty.
put a flower? That doesn't make a
No,
flower.
well,
does it?
I actually, it probably would. We just, sometimes it just takes so many years for things to bloom. There's a lot of houseplants. I'll see them on some Facebook pages I visit, and somebody's, I've never seen this plant bloom before, and here's a flower coming out of a houseplant that you don't normally think of as having a bloom, and the bloom is actually really cool looking.
Okay,
but it's not what most people buy the plant for. It's not for the flower. It's for the plant.
I told Adam earlier that I'm notorious for mispronouncing things.
Mhm.
I'm also notorious with stupid questions.
It's only if I give a stupid answer.
I think and that's what they say, but wait till you hear this one. I mean, when you look at an orange tree, you said an orange tree has to have a male and a female, right?
No, orange trees.
Oh, what's the tree that has to have the male and the female?
Apples.
Okay, take the apple.
Or,
What do you look for?
Avocado.
How do you know it's a male tree or a female? Let's say you have a tree.
There is a way of telling by the leaf structure on trees. Papaya trees.
leaf.
Papaya trees have male and female, and you can tell by the flower. Actually, the flowers are different.
So both sexes make a flower.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, because one you got to pollinate.
Yeah, but I didn't know
That's
if
gotta
like one
pollinate
made
the
the
female.
flower and one didn't.
No, they both have to have a flower.
Like humans.
They both have to flower.
Yeah.
And they have to flower at pretty much the same time. Sometimes the
Yeah.
plants will put on
God is a
male
genius,
flowers
right?
first, and then that way you're getting pollinators attracted to the flowers, and then when the female tree puts on that flower, you've already got
But if-
pollinators in the area to do the
But if
pollination.
somebody came to Lowe's and said, or a tree place maybe is a better suggestion, because you don't really sell trees, right?
We sell some, but yeah.
Okay, but if you went there, you said, "Look, I got one apple tree. Here's
Well,
here's a
actually,
leaf."
With our apples, it's an Anna and a Dorset.
Oh, really?
I wish. Yeah, you actually need two different varieties on that.
Like, Anna is the female, I assume.
No, it's actually two separate varieties.
Oh, see,
That you're
I
not,
thought I
not
could
a
write
male
a
and
children's
female.
book.
But on the papaya, you need both. And usually, as far as I know, ours, when you buy the papayas, if you buy small, you're getting two trees in that pot. And there's more than likely that they've planted male and female.
Really?
They knew which ones when they sprouted them, which ones were which.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to be like the know-it-all uncle, and I'm with my nephews and nieces, you can't give me a tip on to say, that's a male
I'm not
tree.
real good. Yeah, I'm not real good on the botany part of that, on being able to tell the difference on the leaf structure, or a lot of times it is the flower structure of telling which flower. Like I said, that you can see it obviously on a papaya.
That thing
if
I
you
have-
look up papaya flower, look
That
up
thing I have called the sago palm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the male and female.
Sometimes
on
it's
that.
male. Well, like next year it'll be female. No.
No.
Yes.
No, you get a basketball,
Right.
or you get a cone.
Right.
One or the other.
I've had both on the same plant.
I think you've had two different plants.
Or maybe they, like
Yeah,
you said, they
one side
planted
by
the
side.
one male and one
You may
female
have
together in
had
the same
them side
plant.
by side.
Robert, I need a witness. Could you come in here, please? I mean, I have one, and one.
I mean, because the cone on the king sago will be very.
Remember one year I had 7 cones on one plant?
Yeah, where it had multi heads on the, and that may even be what had happened, is that it's got more than one.
It just looks like
plant.
one.
Yeah, just looks like because if you got 7 blooms, 7 flower structures
Yeah.
on there.
Oh my gosh, we're out of time.
We're out of time. Another hour gone down.
Always
In
fun.
history.
Well, we'll see you before the holidays.
Oh, yes.
When do you think will be the first time you're starting to talk about the cold weather?
Probably in another couple weeks.
Put it off as long as possible.
That's it. I hate cold weather.
Caroline, thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Larry.
This is a voluntary effort by Caroline, just so you know. Adam McEwen, thank you.
Yeah.
It's fun. You going to stick with us?
Yeah,
For the rest of the morning? All right, we'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA Ocala.
It's News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. There's been some rain and more in the forecast in and around Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where about 100 homes are damaged or destroyed by wildfires.
Mandatory evacuations were ordered for the Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge areas. Great Smoky Mountains National Park Superintendent Cassius